Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dublin Darkness in Dublin and season 2 of this fine venue. Tonight we have a scene in the 24-hour open Golden Arms gym. It's normal day. It's a big place, and there's always people here. One of the people here working the night shift is a woman named Emily Stevenson. She is working out at the moment. She seems to be very intent, very focused on this. She's fully consumed in this. She's forgetting everything about, well, pretty much everything around her. She's happy with well, actually she's noticed these couple of years where she's been adjusting, that she's become a lot stronger than she was before, and well, sometimes she has to maybe fudge how much she's about to lift a little, so as to not arouse the most suspicion, but you can still push herself. But tonight she has to be on the job. She makes certain that all of the dispensers with alcohol for cleaning the machines after use of sweat and stuff is filled, and there's paper towels and stuff. So she's walking around doing her job, getting the occasional look, or maybe not. Maybe people are just letting her be. But on this night, she is going to get either her phone rings or something else is about to happen, unbeknownst to her.
Yes, indeed. Unbeknownst to her. Well, unbeknownst to her, a certain gentleman with an affinity for flying vegetables just so happened to be making a flyby, maybe in the most literal sense, of her gym, and before eventually coming down back to Earth, in the sense that he realized that maybe he shouldn't be quite so paranoid about someone that he knows from before, and then just promptly opens up the door to the gym and just strolls in to look for an old friend of his. Spud Gun, for his part, he doesn't look like he's gym ready. By gym ready, I mean at least as far as his clothing is concerned. But he does look a damn sight better than he probably has done in some of the previous encounters that Emily has had with the one named Spud Gun. He just simply, with his hands in his pockets of his coat jacket, just walks into the gym, stands by the reception area, and starts trying to look around for one Emily Stevenson. And, he pays very little mind to the mortals here. They're not really of any interest to him. And he kind of spies wherever Emily might be.
If she's passed up by a secretary. She's very, well, she's not young, but she's quite beautiful. And she just says, she pretty much just says, "Hi, can I help you?"
Hi, lass. Have you got an Emily Stevenson here?
And she pauses, looks at you. I might be. I don't know if she's in tonight, but sure, I can ask around. Uh,
Aye. If you find her, can you please tell her that's her friend Spud's here? She'll know who it is.
she just nods. She's not very secretive or apparently very thoughtful because she more or less just goes straight into Emily and talks to her. So you can pretty much see where they are. You spot Emily. You don't need to do much. She is drinking from a plastic container with protein shake in it, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
She has one of those she's drinking from, and but you can tell that her entire body just like stiffens and tensens up, and she just looks your way and just there's a couple of quick nods, and you it's not more than I got this or it's okay. That's going to be exchanged between the two because the secretary just comes back, has a slight smile on her face, and just goes past you, and Emily will just go and say, uh, good evening, bud. What do you want to talk for a moment? As she points to
Aye.
the door.
Aye, I would. It's been a while, I know. But
Yeah, it's totally fine. There's no problem at all. It's not like she stops herself. Jenny, I'm gonna be a moment, and she opens the door and just waits for you to enter.
and Spud walks his way in, and he'll find himself a chair. He'll turn it over towards Emily and sit himself down and kind of wait for her to do the same, with whatever's available in the office, I suppose.
It is a small. It's more of a break room, really. There's a small table. It's a bit of a kitchen with just a sink and a fridge for people's food and stuff. And she just comes in and she just says, "We got some coffee. Do you want some coffee?"
And Spud Gun just gives you kind of like the look that his character representation is giving right now.
And 2 or 3 seconds later, Emily goes, "No, of course not. Sorry." She takes a bit of a swig from her drinking jug.
And still the look is maintained.
So,
Is there any chance of someone walking in on this that you need to be pretending?
uh, it's just me and Jen normally. She's my, I had, she looks confused or hesitant. She is, I gave her some of my, I mm,
Just say that you're Gulder and I'll understand.
right, that's the word. Yeah, I've cooled her. So she I don't know, she's not totally in yet, but she knows that I have a thing, and she doesn't care. She likes me as a sister. That's what she
It's
says.
the effects that the blood has. I don't care either way.
No,
She's
but
your
we
property.
won't be disturbed. I don't think so.
Aye, good. Silence of the blood and all that. Anyway, it's nice to be seeing you again.
Likewise. I mean, given the fact that she looks as nervous as she does, she might not mean the fact when she says likewise, but all the times you've met her and she's been in a social situation, she's been like this. So it's not like anything alarming, really. It's just that's the way she is.
Suppose the obvious question. Probably wondering what I'm doing here. How I found you.
I don't. Well, we're both living with, under the, around the Baron. I don't know. Um, so maybe as you want to tell me. She sits down. I'm gonna shut up now.
How I found you ain't important. I got gifts. I use them. Simple as that. But why I'm here is to kind of see how you were doing, where your mind was at, and whether or not you think that what remains of our lives from before is worth bringing back together for a
Uh,
greater cause, for a greater being.
well, I wasn't. Uh, well, my time with our life before was. It wasn't even like. Was it a month, two for me? And then everything went to shit, and then I had to hide and spent what, 5 or 6 months just sleeping in some hole and just beating on people. And I mean, it's not that I had a lot to do with it to start with, but I mean, I've got this place now, and I can, I help people, and I get to feed off of them. It's pretty good. Um,
Good for you.
yeah, you're a. I mean, I there was this invitation or thing that all people had to attend, or at least I thought so. So she looks down. The prince. I I don't know. Like I went and I just I didn't know what to do. I thought of finding some of the others, you or someone, but I couldn't find them, and I I went, and because I wanted this place to be protected somehow. So um,
If I'd have known you were there, I probably would have gone myself. Then I probably would have chopped off my cock and threw it at that prince.
that's I think we can make do without that because yeah, that's
Yeah, he probably would have liked it.
um, well, he seems to be quite up on etiquette, honestly, but I mean, most of
Aye.
it was past me, but lots of titles. But I got, she scratches her head a bit. Like, normally a sire is the person who makes you, right?
Aye.
I've gotten a step sire or adopted sire.
Who is he?
I don't, I don't know, not too much about him, but I got his number. But he's. She looks down again. He's from my clan. He's Gangrel. He's apparently well. Most of the people I saw were, I think they were Camarilla, and those are the enemy, right?
Spudgun snorts his nose before he kind of like turns, and he looks like he's about to spit, but then he kind of like looks over. He pauses and looks over towards you. Do you mind? I get a real bad taste in my mouth whenever I hear or have to say that name.
The sink is right over there.
And Spudgman will then look over towards the sink, and I have no idea what I would have to roll in order to. I'm not going to do a roll, and I'm no idea what I would have to roll for it. But
Let's just say he misses slightly, or maybe he hits. I don't know.
well, if we're going to go by Dex Athletics, I think his ridiculous dice, he is probably going to get into that at some point, somehow.
I would say it would be wits, leadership, but hey, what do I know?
He's got a decent pull for that, but I'll just, yeah. In either case, he makes the spit, and whatever the result is. Them fuckers. They're the same type of people that would look at me and call me a fucking mongrel. Those people, those civilized gentlemen, as you might think of them, they would look at me and see me as being a half-blood, a non-creature of the night, a non-vampire, an unperson, simply because I don't fit into their archetype. I don't fit into their nice society. There's a lot of words that they would use to describe me.
But couldn't you?
Thin blood, caitiff, outcast.
I don't. Look, I don't understand what most of that means, but I'm guessing that
It's, if you want a word from before, when we was all still breathing, think of some of the words that some of the, let's just say, none too nice people would use to describe minorities in this country. That is exactly what they mean when they use those words. They use them to describe a vampire, one of us, one of Cain's children, who doesn't fit into one of their little clubs, one of their little clans. You're lucky in many ways. You can still manifest. You still have the traits of your exact bloodline, your exact clan. I don't exactly have that privilege. So that makes me strange somehow. Makes me unnatural.
she looks at you. Could you just pretend to be from one?
And who exactly would I pretend to be? Maybe one of the Toreador, with one of their little artsy-fartsy type nonsense.
Look,
I don't know the fucking difference between a Mole and a Mozart, so I don't think the Toreador are going to be wanting to have me in their little club.
I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but I mean, I would believe it if you said that you had a short temper and very, very short
I wouldn't
tolerance.
say I have a short temper. I just have a bit of a zero tolerance approach.
Well, that could, yeah, I mean, people could take that as a, bruja. I mean,
I suppose. But here's some things about the Bruja that I don't think that they would particularly like about me. Like the fact that, well, when they get into their little rants and they get into their little ideas, they start to obsess over them. They start to make these long, winding diatribes, and he uses air quotation marks, about this, that, and the other. And it goes on for hours and hours and hours, and you start to lose patience. And then they start to think, aye, that lad might not be one of us. He's got no passion for a cause.
Or maybe your cause is just different, or, well, maybe that's the part of it that is pretend.
Nah. The Bruja, whilst I could pretend to be one of them, they would notice. They would most definitely notice.
So,
Especially when I start, well, when I start doing things that you would do. You've seen me do it before, haven't you, lass?
yeah.
Been doing the thing with the eyes. And when your fingers start to mutate, and they start to become sharper, serrated, like a set of Swiss Army knives, all fit
Yeah,
onto the
it's
fingers.
fine.
One after
I know. I know. You don't have to. Yeah.
And when I start telling people rather than provoking people, then they're gonna start to think, aye, well, you learned how to do that. There's only so much time that you can spend hiding what's natural to you before people start to connect the dots, should I say.
But
And
what are you gonna
start
do?
to
I
ask
mean,
questions. Well, when they start to ask questions, when you're trying to keep your life, when you're trying to maintain an existence, then they start asking questions. Questions that most people, me especially, would rather they didn't. You're forgetting one thing. The other side, the civilized kindred, they're really tricksy bastards. Really tricky fuckers. They're probably doing things right now. Maybe they got ideas about looking at this place. Maybe they haven't. You don't know. But they do. And they'll hold that over you. You're not truly free so long as you're with their little band.
I'm just thinking.
You're just trying to survive. I know. It's what you gangrel do really, really well, I should mention. But you don't want to be playing their game for too long. Because they know all the moves, you know. They've had centuries to play the fucking chess game, and he makes motions of like moving chess pieces around a board. They've had centuries to create their own gambits and their own LeBron maneuvers, and all that other chess bollock nonsense. They know how to win the game, is what I'm saying.
So you're simply not going to play. You're just going to what? Hide or?
Well, I'm gonna play, all right. I'm just not gonna play by their rules. And I don't think you should either.
But they.
Because sooner or later they're gonna start asking all the wrong questions.
But they just removed everyone higher than us in.
Aye. Which means that we're the ones that make decisions now, don't it? Got no hierarchy above us. We're top of the food chain,
But we need
so to speak.
friends. We need.
Aye. We need to start looking around, listening, see if there's any of the old bands still alive. Maybe I might even find Jerry Adams again.
Jerry Adams?
Aye. He was my pack's mascot. He was a good creature, a good little fella, a tome of inspiration. And I think we need that right now.
So, can I ask you something?
Aye.
What kind of stuff can you do? I've noticed a couple of things. Become, I've, I've found out certain things I can do. I mean, the whole gangrel thing, but also some other things.
Aye.
After that night, after a time after, the church and all that, um, I've I can speak to animals. I've become a lot stronger than I ever was as a human. And what other stuff can people do? I mean, what can you do? I mean, I'm guessing you're much more powerful, much more.
Aye, I can probably do pretty much the same as you can do, lass. Might even have a few things to teach you about your own little disciplines. Shape-shifting, things like that. Being strong, being agile. Using your senses, using what Cain gave you and what you learned from your life before.
Right, right. I mean, if you want to teach me, I'd be grateful. Um,
Well, the one thing that you should have learned from your time from before is that all of us are interdependent on one another. We don't need to know each other's skills, each other's powers, but we use what we have for each other's benefit.
right,
But,
right.
but as you said before, our strength lies in numbers. So, I think for now, we should be quiet. We should. If you want to go play their little game, by all means. For the moment. We'll be like this little fish that I hear, this little crustacean at the bottom of the sea. Whenever it decides it wants to feed, it goes to a place with a lot of little fishies and it waits. It waits in the schools of the fish and it lets it nibble slightly. Not too much. And then the nibbles start to escalate. And it waits. And it waits. And then at just the right time, it strikes.
Okay. I got it. Got it. Um,
I see. Learn all you can from your stepsire. And maybe we'll see what fun we can create. And maybe we'll find a way to live our own lives as free as we wish them to be.
Right.
I'm serious, Emily.
I know.
It's a mantra that you can tell yourself in times of great need. No man alive or dead commands me. I answer only to myself and my blood. You like that one? It's one that Amelia used to say.
I don't know.
Well then. Was there anything else that happened at that little party that you went to?
She will describe have been true to Nosferatu. The Baron came, and some Toreador that seemed to be fairly high up. And yeah, she will describe the thing coming and seeking something from the prince. It's fairly sketchy as to what she knows, because she obviously just saw some people. But nothing of note seems to have happened.
So no names, no...
Oh yeah, she will have names.
Aye. So you didn't see any of the old band, neither?
No, well, I mean, there was only like 4 or 5 people, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe they came in before or later. I don't know.
Well, we'll see, won't we? And if not, well, we can always create some new friends of our own, if need be.
Well, he seems to just stiffen up at that.
What about this Baron?
Oh, he's the one we've been living under, right? Or kind of.
Kind of.
Anarchical, whatever we're called. That's what we are, right? To the everyone.
Yeah, I suppose. At least until...
No, not you suppose that's what we are, right? Because we need to be. Because if we're not, we're someone who's going to get murdered. So we
someone
are.
they're going to try to murder. But you're learning. So I think I might see this Baron at some point, maybe. Maybe. I've got a few new friends that I've got to ask a few questions to first. Maybe ask around, maybe ask the right questions. And I think we'll see about going from there.
Right. She seems very unsure of what to make of that. Well, you have my phone number, right?
Aye.
Uh,
And I can always find a number if need be. Well, I can always get myself a phone if need be.
super. Super. That's good.
I don't want to overstay my welcome. And I
No,
think
no,
you've got
it's
clients to see, haven't you? Even at this time of night.
clients. Oh, yeah. I have to. Well, it's it's just I just have to make sure. Like, there's probably one or so that needs like half an hour of instruction, but it's not a big deal.
Well, I'll leave you be then, lass. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Of course not.
And then Spudgun then gets up out of his chair and then steps towards the door. I'll see myself out.
No. It's fine. I'll follow you out. And Emily will try to get on a smile, probably unsuccessfully. Well, not convincingly anyway. And the two of them are gonna open out. She has finished her drink, by the way. Um, but yeah, she'll head out. You will pass the secretary on your way out, and she doesn't seem to say much to it. She actually just minds her own business. And yeah, Emily sees you out, and she'll just say, "Thanks for coming, and we'll be in touch." Right?
Aye, we will be in touch. Maybe sooner than you think. We'll just see, won't we?
Right. Yeah, we will.
I'll send a bird your way. In the meantime, Aaron go bra. He gives up the salute, as it were, before he starts to walk off. A walk which quickly escalates into a run as he starts to get towards the darkened areas. And then he will do his Superman thing out into the darkness. And he'll disappear mysteriously through the use of some discipline, perhaps.
And Eleanor will just turn in, and she'll just. I'll be stopped by Jenny at the desk, and she'll just. So, who's that? Your boyfriend? And Emily's head will snap over to her and just like, no. No.
Not
No.
with that haircut.
That's a friend, local. It's well, he's from England, but and
No, he's
the secretary will giggle a little, not really knowing what she's talking about, and Emily will just shake her head, and we'll seem to be going on with the nightly business. And with that, I believe that this scene will come to a close. Thank you very much, players, for playing and watchers for watching. Good night.
Good night.